Thank you so much for coming out. My name's Janelle Riley. I'm an editor at Variety. I'm so thrilled to be here. Oh, okay. If that impresses you, wait till you see this cast. I want to welcome this amazing ensemble. But first, actually, I want to start with the film's director. This is the rare filmmaker who has never made a less than excellent movie, from films like Brick to Looper to The Brothers Bloom and that other great indie, The Last Jedi. Please welcome Rian Johnson. We also have joining us an actor who's already starred in such films as Midnight Special to It, Chapters 1 and 2. He'll next be seen in the series Defending Jacob, opposite another up-and-comer named Chris Evans. Please welcome Jaeden Martell. Can you get up on that? Fantastic young actress. She's a Golden Globe nominee for her breakout role in 13 Reasons Why and was recently seen in the hit Love, Simon. Please welcome Katherine Langford. I love the ring. Oh, thank you. Also a Golden Globe Award winner and Emmy nominee for his work on Miami Vice. You can catch him right now in Watchmen. You all need to be watching it. Please welcome Don Johnson. We have a Tony nominee, a two-time Academy Award nominee for his work in Revolutionary Road and Nocturnal Animals, and a two-time SAG Award winner for his work in the Boardwalk Empire Ensemble. Please welcome Michael Shannon. Everyone loves this actress. She's a two-time Golden Globe Award winner and an author. We followed her all the way from Halloween to Scream Queens. Please welcome Jamie Lee Curtis. An actress who... In just a short time, she has given some of my favorite performances in films like Blade Runner 2049, War Dogs. Please welcome Ana de Armas. An actor who recently made his Broadway debut in Kenneth Lonergan's Lobby Hero and has been seen in films basically wherever this guy goes. It's a great ensemble. From movies like Gifted to the Avengers series, please welcome Chris Evans. I love that Rian is still directing you guys. Finally, this movie is a dream come true because Daniel Craig sings Sondheim. And my favorite Sondheim, this is an Emmy and BAFTA-nominated actor. He's been seen in films from Logan Lucky to Skyfall and on Broadway and Othello. Please welcome Daniel Craig. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is actually an audience of SAG actors. So I always like to start at the beginning by asking, how did you get your SAG card? What was the job that brought? Are you laughing because you're British and SAG is weird to you?
No, I've just got a dirty mind.
Oh, you... I know you're a Broadway actor, but you have to use the mic.
Road to Perdition.
Oh, that's right. That was your first American movie?
I think that's where I got my SAG card. Yes, I think so.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
opposite Paul Newman and Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Way to start at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Wow.
I know. It's
That's
been downhill
amazing. Chris?
When did I get my? I have no idea. I have no idea. Probably a TV show, maybe back in 1999. I have no idea. I really don't.
That
know.
old?
I really don't know.
No,
When
you're
I got
that
my
old.
SAG card? I don't know. I don't know.
So young.
Yeah, it must have been a long time ago. Yeah,
But you
I
have
really
one.
don't know.
You have one. You pay your dues and everything.
Yeah, I think I pay my
You
dues.
have to leave. You know that. don't you?
No, I think I pay my dues. Maybe not another teen movie. Maybe a movie I did a long time ago. No, don't cheer for that. No, don't. That's more revealing about you than anything else.
Anna,
I was the one who was cheering, Chris. So
Anna?
I don't think I remember either. Was it Hands of Stone? Yeah.
Maybe Knock Knock?
Maybe not.
I was
Look at
thinking.
your representatives. For
Yeah.
that.
What is it, Jill? What movie did I do?
It was Knock Knock.
Knock Knock?
I think so, yes. With the ever popular Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, with
Yes.
Ken.
You got to torture him for 2 hours.
Yeah. I think he enjoyed that.
I was under contract at Universal when I was 19 years old, and my SAG card came with 2 lines on Quincy.
Oh,
Fuck it!
Quincy.
Daniel Craig is going, what the fuck is Quincy?
I know what Quincy is.
It's funny you say that because I was just thinking you would be great in a Quincy reboot. You'd make a great Quincy.
My representatives are here somewhere.
Michael?
Groundhog Day.
That's right.
Really? Groundhog Day.
1 tickets to Kiss? Is that right? WrestleMania, I'm so sorry. Don, for you?
Oh, yeah, it was a really magnificent cinema piece called The Magic Garden of Stanley Sweetheart. I was 19, and it came and went really quick.
Catherine?
I think it was my first job. I think it was 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jaeden?
I think I think it was after I did this movie called Playing It Cool, where I played a younger Chris Evans.
Really?
Jaden played me.
Yeah.
I mean, did you study him to
They shaved all
I hope not.
my hair off. They gave me a little buzz cut so that I could look more like him. That's as far as I got.
It's amazing.
Studying.
Ryan, what about you? I know you had little cameos in some of your movies.
no,
Does that
I'm
count?
still waiting for my shot, man. Somebody give me a shot. Put me in the game. Put me in the game. Come on.
Keep at it. I'm sure you'll make it.
Can you just write yourself into your next film?
No, I can't do that. That's illegal.
So I want to. Chris is trying to photobomb. He wants a picture of Ryan. I want to start with the beginning with Ryan with Knives Out. You've made comedic films and mystery films, but what inspired you to want to tell sort of an Agatha Christie style ensemble mystery, but in your own way?
Well, I mean, it started with just loving Agatha Christie and wanting to do a whodunit of the type that I grew up loving. But it seemed really interesting, the idea of putting that in America in 2019. That seemed like that was very fertile ground. The other thing that I loved, obviously, is the great thing about Agatha Christie's books and all the movies based on her books, you have great ensembles. Mm-hmm. And the movies that I grew up loving of Agatha Christie were the ones where Peter Ustinov played Poirot. So Death on the Nile, Evil Under the Sun. And those movies were big all-star casts. And I said that to my producer when we sat down to make this movie. I want an amazing all-star cast. We want to just kind of get everyone who pops on the screen. You should say, ooh, I like that person.
Chris said, but
You're
they
funny.
settled for you.
Yeah, we made some exceptions. But
No, I do. I am obligated.
The joke between me and Daniel.
We shared with everybody else.
Yes. I heard it. I'm morally obligated to repeat it. So where did you even start? Like, who was the first person you cast, or was it?
Oh God, this is gonna get painful now.
well, you can tell by him deflecting, it was Daniel. You can
Was it
tell.
Daniel?
Yeah, it was Daniel.
I mean, what did
yeah,
you think
yeah.
when this script came your way, and did it always specify the accents?
Hallelujah! I just was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I mean, I kind of,
I had to phone up my agent and go, really? He wants me to do this? And I just yes, was the simple. That was it. Easiest decision I've ever made.
There's been some debate online as to what your accent is exactly. I think it's New Orleans. But
So here's the deal. How do I get out of this one? Shelby Foote was my inspiration.
Oh, yeah.
So he'd said, yeah, you wouldn't know.
Chris just said, really?
You know who Shelby Foote is? No. He's a historian. Have you ever saw the Ken Burns documentary about?
You should watch the Civil War documentary.
Civil War documentary.
And then you will understand.
Yeah.
Well, so it was his voice.
Anyway, he was my inspiration.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did it specify in the script any specific accent?
So what was
or-
the line?
No, it just said a southern accent, but then we talked about it, and we were talking about, we want it to be sonorous and honeyed, and we started throwing back and forth references, and, we didn't want it to be twangy and annoying. so Shelby Foote came to mind, yeah, right?
But the line says Benoit Blanc sits, and it said something like, a very subtle southern accent.
Yeah, I was trying to direct you on the page.
I tried my best.
Did you have to stay in it between takes, or could you go in and out
Kind
of it?
of, yeah.
Even on weekends,
Yeah.
it was crazy. No, I'm kidding. He was not. No.
It's just like, we're in Boston. It went down a storm.
And Chris, for you, how did the script find its way to you, and what attracted you to the project?
I was in the middle of working on another project, and it was just a great script and a great role, and I fought for the job, and it was nothing that came to me easily. I had to kind of
Really?
No, yeah.
Why?
No, I
Ryan
mean,
is
I don't know if
disagreeing.
you.
Yeah, you totally had to convince me.
I pursued it very much. When I read the script, I said I love this character, and I hope they consider me. And we Skyped, and I just kind of had my fingers crossed for a while, and hoped that Ryan would foolishly trust me, and luckily he did.
Is that how you remember it, Ryan?
I remember, oh my God, we could get Chris Evans in our movie. Yes. But it's, along the same lines. Yeah.
Anna, for you?
I was in Thailand finishing another film that I was, over there for like 3 months, and I was exhausted, and I just wanted to go home, and I got an email from them asking me to audition for it, and we had like a very weird experience auditioning on Skype.
It's terrible.
So
the
I
Skype
asked another
audition.
actor from that movie I was shooting to help me with the lines, and Ryan was on Skype directing me. But that wasn't enough, so I had to go to Boston straight from Thailand to audition for him in person, and that did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a great character. When you read that script,
It's
you had to
awesome.
be, so excited.
I mean, what?
Do you have your
And
SAG card,
I'm
Jamie?
supposed to be a professional. What a performance.
How long have you been in the business?
What a performance from this woman. Jesus Christ. I mean, the depth and the feeling, it's absolutely the center of the donut of this movie. I mean, without it, every time I see it now, I am taken by different aspects of your performance. It's extraordinary.
It's so great.
Seriously extraordinary work.
It was Ryan's script, what we all have. It was a beautiful gift. I mean, Marta is very special, and I feel very lucky, but it was all in the script. It was,
I'm going to have to separate these two. Yes.
I always had to sit next to him. Why?
Was it like this on sets?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamie, what about for you? You've been a part of so many great ensembles.
Oh, no, I figured it out.
Come on.
I took Quaaludes
Fish
in
called
1976.
one?
I have no memory. But I'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Come on. Fish Called Wanda is one of the greatest ensembles
well,
of
yeah,
all time.
yeah. You know, the key to a good ensemble is listening. And for most of us, you can tell we don't listen so much. So for me, the biggest challenge was listening. And maybe people from the theater that's more of a skill that you have. But in horror movies, you don't do a lot of listening. And so I found that to be a really beautiful part of it.
Yeah.
Really a wonderful sort of discovery was the beauty of listening. And look at the people I got to listen to all day long. It's crazy.
Michael, for you, we've been dying to see you in an all-out comedy, a major role, because obviously you stole The Night Before, but
That was nice of you to say.
It's if you haven't seen him in that, it is one of the greatest performances inside a car.
Okay. Yeah, so Rian came to visit me in Red Hook, where I was living at the time. I took him to my local kind of gastro pub, and we sat there and shot the shit for a little bit, and he seemed like a pleasant enough guy, because I don't like to hang out with a bunch of dicks, but this was a very nice group of people. We had a lot of fun. We had as much fun between takes just sitting downstairs talking to each other. Jamie was, that house it's a real house, and Jamie got involved with the family that was there, and she would be in the kitchen learning the history of the area and the house and stuff.
And cooking,
and
making
cooking,
tea, and
cooking.
reorganizing the cabinets.
Yeah.
She took over the house.
We really just kind of took over, and then we'd sit in the basement playing like stupid games, like movies with animals in the title or something, and going around and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was basically like a big, slumber party.
And Don, for you, and what point did you find out you were going to get to play Jamie Lee Curtis's husband?
Well, I didn't know that Jamie was going to be my wife. I was thrilled about it when I found out about it. But I got the script and I read it, and I couldn't believe my good fortune that I actually got a really good script to read, and that I was going to talk with Rian the next day. And I was trying to think to myself, well, what the fuck am I going to say to him that because I want to be in this movie. And we got on the phone. The very first thing he said to me, he says, "Wow, you were great in Zachariah."
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I made that in 1970.
Wow.
And we talked about everything under the sun except Knives Out. And after about 20 or 30 minutes on the phone, he said, "Okay, well, I'll see you in Boston." And I was like, dear God, that's the easiest audition I've ever had.
Again, you say audition, but Rian, is that how you remember it?
Yeah. No, Zachariah, by the way, is like a psychedelic Western that Don is in. You were what? You were like 20 in
20.
that.
Wow.
And he has his shirt off for the entire thing. And it's like, it is funky, man. Track down Zachariah if you can. You'll cast Don in whatever you write if you watch Zachariah. Yeah.
And Katherine, for you?
I think similar to Anna, I was kind of ready to go home. I moved. I don't know why. I moved 39 times, like in 10 months last year, and I had my keyboard, 2 suitcases, and I would be going back and forth from different places, and I was like ready to go home. And then this script came through, and my agent sent it through, and they're like, "Look, this is an amazing script, and it's really competitive." And I was like, "Okay, let me read it." And I just remember reading it, and it was something that drew me in from start to finish, and I was like, yes, I would so love to audition for this. And I didn't get to just have it, I didn't have a chat, but I think we went back and forth a few times, and like we Skyped, and and then I was lucky enough to be cast in it, so thank you, Rian.
And Toni Collette, who's not here tonight, you get to share so many great scenes with her. What was that experience like?
And we're thrilled Toni Collette isn't here.
Yeah.
Because she'd be eating this fucking curtain right here.
Tony's a drink. I just have to say, as a fellow Australian, I'm actually kind of glad, but for different reasons, she's not here, because I'm such a fan, and the whole time during filming, and with most of everyone up here, but now I can say it because we're done. Like, going onto that set first thing, I was just like, cool, like you're in a trailer and Jamie's there and Tony's here, and like I'm just tempted to be like, you're terrible, Muriel, but I didn't the whole time. I didn't ever say it to her once. But she was lovely and a real dream. Yeah.
And Jaeden, for you, and you've worked with at least 2 of these cast members before. You played a young Chris Evans, and you worked with Michael in Midnight Special.
Yeah, and Chris and I just finished a TV show together, so both of them have been my dads. Yeah.
So you must have felt right at home.
I get around, Sorry, what was that?
I don't want to out Chris again. He just said, I'm old as fuck. Yes.
You didn't have to say that, Jaeden.
Yes. I know, but
you didn't have to say it.
I know you're like a Broadway actor and everything, but you have to use your mic on these brilliant. So Jaeden, you must have felt right at home, like the moment you stepped on set, or are you still a little intimidated?
By those 2? No.
Yes.
No. Not at all.
I need to tell you something. There are many, many young people that I know because, although I'm old, I'm very down with the young people because of Halloween. That's true. And the person on this stage that they are most excited about is the young one at the end of the line. I'm telling you, out of all of
Thank
these
you,
fine
thank you,
people,
thank you, thank you, Jamie, thank you. It's fine, but
Jaeden has like a deep following. I'm just saying.
Yeah. This may seem like a strange question, but chemistry is so important to an ensemble, and one of the reasons this movie works so well is this really feels like a family, for better or for worse. You have so many great performances. Did you have to do any kind of chemistry reads? I mean, like between Daniel and Anna, because they have so many significant scenes together.
What's a chemistry read?
Have you ever done a chemistry read?
No.
Oh my gosh!
So the answer is no.
That answers your question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Do you not have chemistry with anyone? That's kind of a trick question, I guess.
Yeah, no.
What is a chemistry
Basically, it's 2 people auditioning together so you can see if they have chemistry.
They did it without me, yeah. No, we'd sat and we read the script. I mean.
Yeah. But before anyone was
But would
cast?
it be terrible? You sort of like go a chemistry read, like no chemistry there.
But it
I mean, what do you
happens.
do?
It happens all the time. Yeah.
Wow, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
No.
You guys have, everyone here has done a chemistry read of some sort, right? I think. No.
I've never heard of
I
it.
did one.
Never heard of it?
You insist on it, don't you, Mike?
No, no. Well, it was for Man of Steel. I had to do one.
Did you with Henry?
No.
Oh.
Someone.
Okay.
Yeah, with Henry.
Who did you have to do a chemistry read with?
No, with Henry. Yeah,
really
it
did?
was me and
Okay.
Henry. But that's weird because like we're not playing like romantic. We basically don't like each other much. I don't know why you need to like see if that's a possibility.
I also like the understatement of we didn't like each other. The characters. So Rian, how did you know it would all work?
Well, I mean, look at these actors. I mean, you don't need to do a chemistry read when you have actors. I mean, you know they're going to click with whoever they're paired up with, and it was not a big leap.
And what were some of your favorite moments on set? You have these great moments where you're all together in rooms. I have to imagine those were long days because you're probably cracking each other up the whole time.
I think it's the scene where Ransom comes for the will reading. That was a lot of fun.
You come for the will reading.
Also, Michael Shannon, the VIP of, or the MVP of thrown out improv lines. I'm not eating one iota of shit. That's a Michael Shannon special.
Was there a lot of improvising on set? Because I know the script is so tight in its mystery. Yeah, you maybe don't want to, throw a wrench into that, but were you allowed to improvise lines here and there?
Just when we were arguing.
Really?
Big family
You should have
arguments.
seen that. We were on, and Ryan wouldn't cut, and that got crazy.
Actually, some of the when we were chasing Anna out of the house and asking a lot of questions, there were some hilarious ad libs that I think all of us at various times had to bite a lip or pinch ourselves to keep from blowing it right there.
And who were some of your favorite scene partners during this? Because you get to share so many scenes with everyone, but obviously you get to share these wonderful scenes with LaKeith Stanfield, again, who isn't here tonight, but he is so much fun to watch.
So what was the question?
So you played.
I'm trying my best.
You play two very different detectives.
Yes.
I mean, I was just curious if it was fun to play with him.
LaKeith, everybody. I kind of was going to make a silly joke about it was terrible working with all of these people, but it was blissful. It was just blissful, and we Jamie kept on raising the bar every day, so we all had to sort of step up to her level, which is a drag. But it was non-competitive, but it was generous. It was we were bouncing balls around. There was very little improvisation needed because we had such an amazing script, and we said what was on the page. And when there was improvisation needed, Ryan just said, "Get on with it." And these guys turned up with some amazing lines. But it was joyful. It was just a
Can
joyful
I mention one
experience.
person?
Yeah.
Who's not up here, who should be? Noah Segan.
Oh, yeah.
Say,
He's
Noah
here tonight.
Se-
Where's he going?
He's here, like, in Los Angeles, but he's not up here on this. And I just, he was an extraordinary.
Noah used to stay behind at the end of each shooting day and just shoot lines.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'd
he's-
all say goodnight now, and he'd be like, "Yeah, see ya." And you and Ryan and he would just sort of shoot these like The Witcher, or all in the movie, I should
Yeah.
say.
I think
I
think he steals it because he just comes. His delivery kills me every single time. He's brilliant. Thank you, Noah. Wherever you are.
There's also another wonderful actor who's not here tonight, Mr. Christopher Plummer.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know. Such.
I just want to say, those scenes between Anna and him are just heartbreaking.
Where's Frank?
You're in the party already.
Frank
I'm
Oz
having a drink. Come on, I'm not being
and Emmett Walsh.
Great Nana.
But Ricky?
Ricky Lindholm.
This Edie, okay. Who here has seen The Fabulous Gemstones?
Right.
Edie fucking Patterson? Are you kidding me? If you have not seen it and you don't have HBO, go to somebody's house who does and watch her. She delivers the comic performance on television this year. She is brilliant. Edie Patterson. That was a paltry applause.
I didn't even hear it.
Do it.
I actually didn't hear it. Anna, you have these wonderful scenes with Christopher Plummer. I mean, it's a masterclass in acting, watching both of you together. What's it like to get to share scenes with a legend like that?
Oh gosh, it was amazing. I'm just in love. I think it's my favorite scene from the whole movie. That scene, the central scene that we have together. That we took us like 3 days to shoot, and it was just so incredible to be with him and to share that moment. And I will, always say I did that with Christopher Plummer. It was just awesome. It was like so many colors and so many things to do in that scene. It was just warm and sweet and scary and funny, and it's all at once. Yeah.
I mean,
It's awesome.
Ryan, I can't imagine anyone else playing that part.
No, and one of my favorite movies of all time is The Man Who Would Be King, and I would just sidle up next to Chris in between takes and just get him talking about working with John Huston. He's a legend. He is still doing. I mean, you look at his performance in Beginners and the work he did with Anna in this movie. He's still doing absolutely he's a beast. He's doing incredible work, and he's also the sweetest man on the planet. He's just a genuinely kind, caring man. And the work that these two, that Anna and Chris did in that scene, which really has to, you know, a film that's been clipping along with a certain type of tone, to be able to suddenly pivot and have a scene that has to land emotionally in certain ways, otherwise the entire movie won't work. You know, the work that Anna and Chris did in that scene, I bow down. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, you said you really wanted this role the moment you read the script. What was it about that appealed to you about this character so much? Was part of the fun? Did you know when you were reading it that he was the guy?
Well, I like the character a lot, but at the end of the day, if you don't have a good storyteller, you don't have a good movie.
Yeah.
So as much as I liked the role, I liked Rian more than the role itself. And so, you know, I think the goal of any actor is to work with good storytellers. And so the real appeal was truly Rian, at the end of the day. And I really love the writer-director combos. That's always a nice comfort as an actor when you get that as a real... there can be a semantic fog in terms of when you dissect a script. It's nice.
A semantic what?
Pardon?
I actually thought that really made sense. A semantic fog. You know, you can each read a script and have a different interpretation of what it means. And it's nice when a director can say, well, I wrote it, and this is what I mean.
Does he just torture you like this together? Or?
But you let him have it. You let him have it. He's real cute. Yeah. So for me, I mean, as much as I like the role, to me, the appeal was Rian, and I was just honored that he let me have a seat at the table.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, you've also. No, pick up that mic if you're going to do that.
No.
Yes.
Some of it will just be for us.
All right, you're going to move here. You and I are going to trade spots.
Are we gonna,
oh wait, no, then you're still next to him. Never mind.
No.
that doesn't make any sense.
There's two. Y'all saw that. That's a bold move.
I'll go sit at the back. I'll go sit.
And I went for it.
Ever since this movie premiered at the Toronto Film Festival, you've been having these amazing reactions. Like, I think you got to hear some of the audience tonight, at least near the end there. I mean, is part of you, like, surprised by how much people are embracing this movie? But it's just, but also it's so nice to have something fun but smart, especially at this time of year.
Yeah, I mean, this... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this this movie was made to. I sat in the back, and the last 20 minutes I sang in with you guys, and it's just such a pleasure to hear you guys having fun and hear you guys enjoying it. That's why we all got in this, and that's what this movie was made for. Is just let's make a movie that just you can go to and have a blast with a big theater full of people. That was the whole point. So and it's all these guys who pulled it off.
Was there anything about it that was particularly challenging? I mean, I know it's, a fun time, but it is a big ensemble. You're, shooting on location. There's a lot you have to keep track of to make this tone work. Did any of you have any particular challenges with your characters or scenes?
Lots of lines.
You have lots of lines.
By the way, Daniel, that last 30-minute sequence, Daniel had down pat as if he was doing it like a stage play. And he could do the entire last 30 to the point where we had 5 days to shoot it. I very slowly started changing my shot list and realizing I need to give him long shots to play this out in, because he has this down. He was approaching it like a theater actor.
Wow.
And he could do, if I had had one shot that could cover the whole thing, he could have done that entire last act, I think, in one take. It probably, and so it was astounding to watch.
Is that how you approach all your roles? Like a theater actor and like, do you still remember that monologue? Could you do it today?
No. I suppose what it was it was because it's supposed to, it's written to cut back and forth with, you know, with the events. And I was really concerned that I'd sort of do a bit, stop, and then we'd be in the sort of studio later on doing voiceover of that bit, and it wouldn't match, and it would be annoying, and it wouldn't be the same performance. And I was like, I've got to learn the whole lot. And I said, I don't care if you film me or not, but at least record me so that you have a continuity of my voice going through. That's what concerned me. I just thought, I hate doing ADR, and I hate being, I mean, you know, it's a sort of, oh, you're very nice.
He really does deserve. It's not easy to. It's a huge scene, and you know, as an actor, it's, you know, you want continuity, and it's not easy to do what he did. This is just the challenge in front of your peers, having, you have to come to
Judgment,
set doing the scene. Incredible. It really is. It really is an incredible challenge, and he really rose to it. You deserve credit for that. I'm glad that actually we're speaking about that, because even watching it, I was having anxiety about what I would have to do, confronted with that challenge, and you really deserve credit, because it's an enormous scene with so much dialogue, and it does cut in and out of so many, you know, flashbacks. I mean, you've all seen the movie now, and it just, you know, he did it all at once in front of, you know, not just his cast, but the crew, and consistently over and over and over again.
But when you have, look, I mean, you know, not just sort of like this, but you have this standard in front of you, the lineup here, you have to kind of pull it out the bag, because it's just like, you know, I mean, look at them. They're just, it's like, it's too much talent up here, you know?
Come on, man, you do some, just come on, give it up, give it up. Let's just give it to him.
Jaeden, I know you said you weren't fazed, but for you and Katherine, who are obviously the new generation on the set, did you want to, like, was there ever a day that you were intimidated or tempted to ask for advice from this amazing lineup of actors?
Oh, of course I was intimidated. I mean, it was very last minute that I got this, but when I came aboard, I was like, are you sure you want me to? I don't know if I fit in, but, you know, I think the crazy thing about this movie is that obviously there's so many people and a lot of dialogue, and I kind of was able to just sit back and be in the room and watch everyone. And so I just learned so much by watching the little things and the way that everyone delivered their lines. So it was really a learning experience for me.
Katherine?
Although I would say that this is a part, because like you could have just sat there and whatever, but, and you've been my son twice now, but you were always trying to find things to do and say, and you didn't just sit there and like zone out like you just said. You were really paying attention. You came up with good improv too. I mean, Anchor Baby, that was you. You came up with that.
That was him. No.
Yeah. You were always trying to figure out like what little thing, and you would go up to Rian. You would talk about, I've been thinking about, or didn't I had to pull you aside one day?
Yeah,
and I said,
Michael,
look,
you were.
Jaden's got the best idea.
Yeah, Michael came up to me and was like, Jaeden came up with a really good improv line. It was the Anchor Baby line when everyone's shouting, like I think you had sex with my grandpa, you dirty Anchor Baby, was that line.
And I was like, you got to get a shot on that, because it was happening off camera, and so.
Katherine, for you?
I think Jaeden put it really articulately. It was kind of a pleasure to get to watch some of the best people do what they do best. And as for kind of like, you say kind of, were you intimidated or were you this, that, and the other? I think, when you watch a body of work, especially when you watch the work of everyone up here, you get to experience people as actors and watch them tell stories through characters, and you admire them because their work is so phenomenal. But then it's always like, okay, well, I wonder, okay, like what's it going to be like when I meet you or as a person? And I think the most exceptional and one of the greatest things about this whole experience, at least for me, was that you get to go to work and you get to do an amazing script and tell an amazing story. Like, thank you, Rian Johnson and everyone behind that. And then you get to go to work with these people. And then in between takes, you also get to talk to really beautiful, wonderful, lovely people. And that, for me, has been really special, is that everyone up here is a wonderful person, a humble person, and just made this whole experience so great.
And just
Can I say one thing? This is a room of actors?
Yep.
Okay, so the truth of the matter is, we all want the same thing. We all want the opportunity to sort of manifest our destiny, to be able to present our work in whatever form it is. And so it's a great privilege. And, you know, here we are, we're sitting up here, and, you know, you guys are there, and we're here, and it's, you know, but the truth is we're all the same thing. We all want the same thing. We all go into it with the same intention. And I will tell you, having been around for a long, long time, the separation between sort of stardom and what you would imagine some sort of hierarchy or power that an actor gets to did not exist on this movie. There wasn't a moment that anyone was not just part of this unit of people for Rian. We were there for that, and we all showed up with the exact same intention that you guys will show up when you get the opportunity. And that is really the goal here. It's the art, the beautiful connection between people. And that's why we're up here, and we're lucky to be so. We be done now.
Well, I don't think anything's going to top that, but I just want to tell everyone, I want to ask if everyone can stay seated so they can get out of here because they have to actually be somewhere. But before we go, the movie does open Thanksgiving. It's a great movie to see with your family. Yeah. I think things could always be worse. Was the Sondheim scripted, or did you come up with that moment? It was scripted.
It was scripted, and we paid for it. And it was worth every cent.
Absolutely. Please release a soundtrack of him singing the whole song. Everyone wants to hear that. Please do spread the word. Let everyone know what a good time it is at the movies. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, guys.